Greetings there, my fellow Lycan. Rhadamant here. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Lycan Legion, Episode 18, Oracle's Premonition. Oh, hello. Foven. More impids. So they have one flame bow and then the rest are melee. And these are also a prepare while. Maxis, I know you need a while to get to the walls, so start going now. Hopefully Scipia doesn't like enter the town like on top of the raid. I'll stop her if that's the case. Here they come. So Darius and Ray, I'm going to have you stand back so you don't get caught in fire breath. And Canius, I'm just going to have you be the sole person in the doorway so that we can put the fires out quickly. Canius is down, so Rogi and Lillipor, oh, they're trying to flame us through the walls here. There we go. Alright, Rogi's finally back from being on fire. They're fleeing, and downed is a pyromaniac careful shooter. Bleeding, but not critical. Bleeding, but not critical. And not even bleeding. Okay, let's put these fires out. So there's only one captured. That's fine. Bebo, you're the only one able to, able to tend. So I'm going to have you quickly tend the prisoner so that they're not bleeding out. A lot of dead bodies we're going to need moved. And this is just a prisoner for sale. That individual had horrible traits, and I wouldn't be interested in turning them into a colonist. Not in a million. Alright. Making sure the others are being tended to, because burns like to turn into infections. So, trying to prevent that. But we have plenty of herbal meds to prevent it. Yeah, the crawling animation is great. So Snake and Sam are just going to be for sale. Whereas Tran, we're trying to convert. And Sippy is back. And she is returning with all of the gold. So I'm going to put her diet back to... Oops. Perishable. So that she no longer eats the jerky. Oh, it seems to me like I'm kind of low on wood. Is that true? Yep, only 300 of it. The other thing that we could do with the prisoner... Do we have maximum... I think we already have maximum suppression. Never mind. I was going to say we could execute someone for max suppression, but I think we've done that. And yep, that's the infection I was waiting for. I did have bed rest from before when they got their last infection, but I've just jumped on it and done a preach health ahead of time. Just because I remember how bad it got. Rogie, you are on an insulting spree. Where are you targeting? Yeah, well, you stop now. If you were insulting another slave, that'd be one thing, but insulting a patrician? Yep, no, that's not gonna work. Lesson learned? I don't know. Maybe. So, Bevo, I think you have an untreated burn, and you're waiting for that. There you go. Now you can get out of bed. Yeah, now more crawling? Yep. I mean, you know, if you misbehave, that's how it ends. And Darius is finally getting around to making the second septic tank, so that should help out with our volume of waste. So this northern section wall is almost done, and then we'll do this stretch. I know how to spoil the audience? Yeah, well, also, I'm establishing there really is a caste system, as there would be, right? You know, in ancient Rome, if a slave to a patrician started insulting the patrician, you'd be lucky to get out with just a beating, you know? Just a beating? Oh man, and not like a lost limb or lost life? Like, you'd be lucky. So, those rules apply here too. Alright, Bebo, sorry to make you be the one to do this. Actually, Lillipore, you're gonna help. At some point we'll have a better corpse disposal system worked out, but we don't have one yet. Either that or just enough slave power to have the slaves haul away the bodies. This is the most fertilized pond in the history of all ponds. Not fertilized well, but certainly fertilized. There's only one body left. And Rogie is on her feet. Oh, well, that didn't take very long. These guys came in with a scorpion, 2 of them, but they're mostly melee. Got it. And they are ready to prepare a while. Yeah, getting a lot of raids here. I guess they heard about our wealth and they want a piece. Alright, that body's all the way enough. I'm going to hit combat command with Scipia for more accurate bonuses. With all the starvation warnings, I was just wanted to make sure that we did indeed have food, and we do. Ouch. Elba got clipped in the head. Yikes. Just a bruise, though. So I'm trying to weaken them before their rush. I didn't see that coming. Through the heart. Well, that happens. Yikes. Alright, well, we're gonna have to do something about that. I think it's pretty reasonable to bury her near the Pantheon. I don't love... I mean, I get those one-shot mechanics can work both ways, but they never feel fair. I mean, I know they are, because they work both ways, but it sort of feels like it cheapens the combat mechanics as far as I'm concerned. Alright, and Bebo's getting badly torsoed, so I'm gonna have Bebo back up before that becomes a problem. Their scorpion attackers are beginning their assault, so I'm gonna have maybe not Rogi. I'm gonna have everyone else come out. I'm a little worried about Bebo not being able to... The problem is I can't carry Bebo because Bebo's not down, but I kind of wish you could just like... Oh, Bebo's already getting patched. Good. Alright, cover the escape here. I'm not going to have Maxis leave where he's positioned, because his movement speed is jarringly slow. The problem is I don't, because of Bebo's, what was it, a spine hit, won't be able to flee. And Bebo's down too. My goodness. What a ridiculous fight this is. It's one of those that I might want to just revert, given that the Prepare a While raids, the way they scale, can be kind of weird, especially coming off the heels of another raid. Yeah, because of Ray. Because it's, and the reason why I would consider that, before, you know, there's enough naysayers, is being set back our goals for weeks. Like, it's one of those situations where, like, yeah, I mean, even if it's recoverable, the time it takes to recover from it isn't compelling content, I guess is probably the most succinct way to say it. Who are they even kidnapping? Oh, Darius, yeah. But this is effectively what you get from the Zug raids. Any RimWorlder knows the effects of just the like mass Neanderthal rush, because they're genetically tough. They just do this, you know. Especially when they're Prepare a While. The reason why Prepare a Whiles are different is the Prepare a While raids, their raid points are higher. so that they arrive with a lot more enemies than they otherwise would have. Yeah, I'm just going to revert. Use a deity blessing. I'm curious if I end up getting the same type of raid or not. Because sometimes you do, sometimes you don't. Because I think this was... Yeah, this was just before it. Where we were tending the slaves on the heels of the last one. Oh, right, because you did your, like, little insult spree. Yeah, that's what that was. And we haven't yet moved the corpses. Got it. You had your torso tended. Okay, I'm just trying to catch up to where I was. Hey, Kilgore, thank you for the resub. No tending needed. Alright. Well, I will continue the defensive walls while also trying to tidy up the mess that we have here. Nope. I don't need books that badly. Alright. Unusually clever. Veil of Shadows. They have a great bow, a short bow, and a bunch of brawlers. So I guess this storyteller didn't want to have much of a cooldown in terms of fighting, but at least this one isn't like an OP raid, which is going to be slightly more reasonable. Unfortunately, it's going to be a hell of a pile of corpses, which is a gross problem to inherit. Wait, who are you shooting up here? Did you miss that badly that you... I'm gonna assume yes? So this one's a wolf blood. Pigskin, another wolf blood. And then baseliners and a dirt mole. Alright, so there's a downed wolf blood. An ascetic miner. Who's getting captured now. The other wolf blood has already turned. They're tough chemical interest. Let's see if we can't slow them down a little without the lethality. Nope, I think you got double dead. Alright, Darius and Ray took some small shots, but yeah, very different outcome than the previous one. Oh, that wolf blood tried to get back up. Elba. Capture them. Oh, there's nowhere to capture them. That would explain it. Canius, those are old wounds. Rogi, old wounds. Canius and Rogi, you haul bodies. Lillipore, you haul bodies. Oh, I really thought you were baseliner with that skin tone, but nope. I'm a little wary of that warg. That warg is hanging out by the corpse pile, which obviously is like my own doing, given that I put the corpses there, and most of them are fresh. Alright, and then you are just wounded. Because you're a wolf blood, so you like self-patched. You ascetic melee miner. Well, either way, I'm going to convert you, but I haven't yet decided what to do with you. We have a lot of observed corpse penalties. We are also an ambrosia binge. You know what? Actually, we have a lot of ambrosia. So, enjoy. None of the patricians care to stop you, so you're free to enjoy. We're going to do a little bit of hunting, because we are out of meat for the grill. And then just so much more stone cutting for those walls. So we've got 256 granite right now. And we're going to need probably 5 times that for the rest of the walls, maybe 6 times that. It's going to be a lot more. Don't drive it off the map tile. Oh, good. Second hit was a kill shot. Alright, Canius, you've had enough. Maxis deems it so. Snap out of it now. There's, hedonism and gluttony, and then there's whatever you were doing, which was taking it to an nth level. So that nth level? Yeah, nope, not happening. Alba, because you're standing right here, I'm gonna have you rope. Normally I wouldn't. Let's try to get the ducks, all our ducks in a row, let's say. Ray, you need to bed rest. Don't know why you're up, but we're gonna have to cut off your leg if you continue to defy bed rest orders. I don't think you want that. And Canius got beat down pretty hard, so Canius will also need med treatment. It's too bad about that other wolf blood. Wouldn't mind growing the pack. But we have this one. This brawler miner who can craft and kind of art. Not terrible. No one's bothered to tend to Canius. Alright, I'll fix that now. Oh, that's a lot of damage that rat did. Holy moly. Imagine being, oh, well, okay. That's one way to patch yourself. Yep, just turn into wolf blood. It was enough damage that the wolf blood triggered. That's an indicator of how vicious that rat was. Rodents of unusual size. But Bebo, you need rest. I'm gonna let you rest. I also need to to get some beds for that prison. That prison is growing quick. Well, they don't need beds. Be a nice thing to do. But I did just cut down a whole lot of trees, so it's not like we can't afford it. So, Amy, you said research better armor? There isn't any. For us to get armor, we would need to gain influence from the senators. There is no research projects that would allow for better armor. The best Roman technology is not researchable so much as is you have a permit from the senators allowing you access to it. So if we want better arms or armor, we need a senator's permission to be able to manufacture that stuff. And there's no sidestepping that. Oh, don't apologize, you didn't know. Most of the details have been kept pretty close to the vest. Meaning, you're intentionally kept ignorant of how things work. By design. Alright, Bebo. Ray, you should not be allowed in there. The other patricians aren't allowed to go near the corpse pond, and I failed zoning that appropriately. So Bebo, you take the last of the corpses down there. Oh. Is that literally the same warg that was like, I gotta be wary of this one? Yes, it is. Doris, you're closest. I'm gonna have you come as backup. Great bows give us pretty good range, but I don't want the warg to get too close. Ooh, that was a good shot. A leg shot. Oh, I think this warg is down. No backup needed. You know what's weird is the warg hasn't actually gone manhunt aggressive. It's still trying to eat me, but it never actually hunted. It never revenged me, which is weird. You would have expected that to have happened by now. Can I get a slave to clean up these bedpans? Thank you kindly. Also, what is going on with the stupid latrine? Why weren't they using them? The trans resistance is cleared, meaning that he's going to be recruitable pretty soon. I don't really care if the ducks leave. I didn't want them. They just showed up on their own. And I still have a bunch more beds to make, because I'm aiming for, like, excellent or better. Ray, you are fine to binge eat. You are a patrician after all. And that section of wall is done. So let's keep laying out more wall section. For whatever reason, there's really not a lot of trees that are physically in the path of this wall, which is by chance and quite lucky. So we don't have to do a lot of tree cutting. Like 3 trees for the entire run for this this section here. Not bad. what ticked you off? Being rebuffed? Yeah, that's gonna happen. He's a taken man. Little pain, little drowsy, little sick. Well, you're not sick anymore. I forgot to take the slaves, or rather the prisoners that we wanted to sell when we went out to Londinium, and I had kind of intended to do that, but in hindsight, I probably should have. Granted, one of them we just only recently got, but oh well. Yes, no, that is. So these remaining Voss here, I'm choosing to convert, given his he does have some wounds. I'm actually a little worried about those wounds. Those wounds have him moving at 83. So it's quite possible that we don't end up turning him into a citizen. With that said, being a wolf blood and having a burning passion for mining, he would work in the quarry pretty well, because you don't have to move around to work in a quarry. So I think that that's probably the best destination for him. So converting and enslaving. But Tran just converted to join. So let's go ahead and this is the last raffle of the stream, almost certainly. Raffle off Tran. So you guys voted that Tran join us. Tran can also be a brawler miner constructor. Move you up here. So construct, mine, quarry. And you are going to be given patrician clothing. And that also means I need a bed. So let's work on the bed for you. Doris will do that before he eats. And good luck on the raffle. What's your skill at? 18? You're making good? There's a masterwork. That'll do. I don't have a blade for him yet. So I'll have Elba cook up a little gladius for him. I do have the steel already, which is good. And this external wall, I mean, luckily Tran is also like a constructor, so even more people working towards the middle walls. So it's happening faster and faster. Would you kindly watch? Thanks for gifting a sub. Cheers. Drink to that. So Sam and Snake are for sale, and Vaz is going to be enslaved. So I'm going to move one of these beds over as a slave bed. It also means that I'm completely out of... I mean, I could put a few more beds in there, but I might want another slave quarter at some point. If you have a burning passion for mining and you're an undergrounder, I'm going to make you quarry and mine instead of construct, because you're going to be happy being in the quarry all day long. And I might as well just keep you happy. And also, here's your sword. So now we have 3 patricians that are brawlers with swords. Although, with Ray's too smart, Ray could probably double as another shooter. I might want to do that, just because having more shots go down range is pretty useful. So I'll cook up another great bow, potentially for Ray. I'm going to go a little over time so we can actually do the raffle. Yeah. And all the corpses are, yeah, all hauled away. Perfect. I feel like there is so much more ambrosia that we've been harvesting, but I don't have a giant supply of ambrosia in my kitchen just because we harvest it and then we just leave it there. I think that's probably the case. We leave it there so that all the animals on this map tile just get like high as hell on ambrosia. Maxis with Inspire Tame at Animal 13. Oh, that's too bad there's no Thrumbo around. That's Tame a Thrumbo level of inspiration. But alright, if that's the case, you're temporarily going to get reprieve for staying behind the walls. Maxis normally is forced behind the walls at all times because his movement speed makes it really dangerous for him to go out. But I'll allow it this one time so that he can tame a rhino. Congrats, Lolan! I'll give you the chance to name yourself. So I would say these middle walls are about half done. Yeah, thereabouts. About half done. Now, after using up that inspiration, Maxis is going to be restricted behind the walls again. Tank Rhino defense? No, not this time around. More like Rhino leather, Rhino meat. Wow, this Rhino, just make yourself at home. I know you're not zone restricted, but you like, I have expected him to just settle into like the slave quarter. You're like, oh yeah, it's comfortable here. Looking good. And I'll have to probably adjust the raid size and frequency given the roleplay to avoid situations where you have like a doomsday level Neander raid coming in. Because I don't want to have to save scum. It's just that this series isn't really about combat or combat min-maxing. Not all series have to be. So this should remind you a little bit more of like False God or Winter's Way Station, if you've seen those, than, you know, like a min-maxed combat series. Because when everything is min-maxed combat, it all kind of looks the same if it's done too frequently, at least in my opinion. Well, I think this is roughly where I am going to leave off, with the walls half completed, but our numbers swelling a little bit all the same. Thank you for tuning in to RimWorld Lycan Legion, which originally streamed live on Twitch September 16th. If you have any feedback or questions for me, let me know in the comments below. If you would like to catch a live stream of mine, Rhadamant.com has my stream schedule and countdown timers to upcoming streams. If you would like to join my online gaming community on Discord, Rhadamant.com has a link to it, as does the description of this video. Thank you so very much for watching, and a special thank you to my Patreon patrons, Twitch subscribers, and viewers like you that support the channel and made it all the way to the credits. Thank you so very much. I hope to catch you next episode or an upcoming stream. Farewell, my fellow Lycan.